Hey, it's Pastor Dan. I just wanted to record a couple thoughts. Not a long reflection today, but wanted to share some things. First, this week, in addition to working on a sermon, I've been working on some class material for a profession of faith class. So if you have a child who would like to profess faith, wants to come before the session, this summer, Lord willing, depending on how all this shakes out, I plan on having a professing your faith class. So that should be really great. I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a little bit different than a new members class, but more appropriate for teenagers, younger kids who've grown up in the church and wanting to come and confess their faith. I'm very excited about that. Another thing that I think is really neat is we do have a service trip with Reformed Mission Services. I mentioned that in my last parents' letter. That service trip is scheduled to be that first week, the 1st through the 7th, I believe, of August. If you have a high schooler who wants to go and serve, we're going to go down to Kalamazoo, not terribly far away, but should be a great service trip, and go and serve alongside other believers, all high school age, and learn more about sharing our faith, but also help out in the community. That should be a really great opportunity. The other thing, next week, I am going to be getting another parents' letter out. So developing a little bit more resources that I've been looking at, some books that have been helpful, maybe some videos and posts, things like that, just to equip you, parents, as you're seeking to disciple your kids. My last note for you, I just wanted to leave you with some words of encouragement. And I wanted to encourage you that you don't need a lot of tricks. You don't need to know all the latest games. There's a lot of things that can be helpful to know, knowing some of the slang and everything like that. That can be helpful. But the thing that your kids need the most from you is for you to be filled with Christ, for you to know Him and love Him and have joy in Him. And from that overflow to pour out on them. And so I would encourage you, don't worry about as much about learning all of the lingo, about knowing all of the best video games or anything like that. Like I said, that can be helpful. What's going to be most helpful for your kids is going to be your love for Christ and how that overflows to them, that as you speak about who Jesus is and how He's changed your life, that's going to impact them the most deeply. So be spending time with the Lord. Dig into His Word. Get to know Him. Know who He is and what He's done for you. And share that with your kids. Share what you've been learning in your devotions. Share what you've been praying about. How you've been encouraged lately, and that is going to be significant to them. So that's all I have for this week. I hope you're having a great week, and I hope we get to see each other soon.